Uh, Howdy, everybody. Um, Doing a cast for the Reckoning here. Wanted somebody to critique his replay against Terran, which is the Zat. Um, in this replay, we see some, I believe he posted, we see some Banshee play. He says he fends it off fairly well, so I'm not sure what the issue was with this game, but obviously we will see. And Banshee play has been kind of a major issue for most for most Protoss players right now. The Banshees require you to build robotics facilities to get out observers, but the robotics facility offers no anti-air units, so it kind of really limits you on where you can go from there, which is rather annoying at this time. But you saw the chrono boost coming out a little bit early there. You want to wait until this pylon finishes before you use your first chrono boost. That way you have no lag time in between. Just a quick little tip for you. Good scouting and whatnot. 12 gate, yeah, that's fine. There's that probe. What do we say? Oh, and some cute probe micro down here. Good job. Always good to see players do good probe micro against SCVs. It doesn't seem like much, but it takes up APM, and it's just really obnoxious. Anything you can do to get under people's skin just makes it that much better. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of an asshole. Whatever. See the probe getting picked off there. Got to pay attention, my friend. So we're seeing pretty standard builds here. Really nothing screaming to me Banshee play at this particular moment. We still only see one gas. Usually we'd see another gas go down. Another early gas really lets you know that Banshees are more than likely on the way. Continue to see the chrono boost. Waiting. Okay, we got the other pylon waiting for that cybernetics core to go down. Come on, put it down. There you go. A little bit late, but got to work on your timing there. As soon as you hit that 150, man, got to see it put up. So here's your first inclination that you're going to see Banshee play. Really early second gas. Really early, because Terran, their gas, they don't need gas like Protoss need gas. You won't see them going off 2 gas until usually later in the game. You don't see a Marine coming out. Really no way as a Protoss player to really tell that, but that's definitely another inclination. Oh, no Marine. Even usually you'll see a Marine, even if they are going for Banshees, but just not seeing one just makes it even that much more obvious that there's definitely going to be some tricky play going on. Seeing him keep up on his harvester count, very good. Of course, as soon as I say that, he's not producing one, but whatever, we'll go with it. When he scouted, did he see it? Let me pause real quick. All right, so he saw the tech lab going up, and he didn't see any Marines, so he knows that he didn't produce any Marines when this barracks was built before the tech lab was added on. So that instantly should scream to him, this isn't going to be, he's definitely not going a bio ball at the start of this game. Maybe there's going to be some Hellion harass, maybe Banshees, something of that nature should be just going off in his mind at this point. Continue. So we see him laying down the robotics facility. Kind of a pretty common build, although I would like to see that as soon as he hit the 100 gas mark. 1 gate, 1 robotics facility into a fast expansion. That's my build with it, at least. I know a lot of people just go 1 gate, 1 robo, and put on 2 more gateways afterwards. But either or, fairly common build. Not seeing really any mistakes out of the Reckoning at this point. What do we got? Oh, so there's a Marine that finally came out, which as soon as you see a tech lab added onto a barracks and a Marine, the first thing that comes out of it is a Marine, which obviously he wasn't able to see. That right there should scream, oh, he's not using gas for his tech lab. For the gas he would be so obviously he's using gas for something else. So there should just be bells and whistles going off in our Protoss player's mind that, hey, Banshee plays coming. That should pretty much be the only thing. And here he scouts this, he scouts it, and let's see what his counter is to this. Definitely, all right. So he's coming out with the, oh well, he was coming out with a stalker, but he realized warp gate was finished. Putting another observer on the tab. Definitely, when there's banshees out, you need at least 3 observers on the field, and that's probably just for your base. You would want one over here, so you know if it's coming from this angle. You'd want one over here, so you know if it's coming from this angle, and you want one on your mineral line, or set to stay with your army. So definitely good reaction by the Protoss player so far, putting down another gateway. Pretty much your only option at this point is to go stalkers. I mean, obviously nothing out of the robotics facility is going to help you. It's too late to switch to Phoenix play, and those are pretty much your only 2 options, stalkers or phoenixes. So definitely seeing, okay, he's putting it behind the mineral line. Good spot. I mean, you could have one set over here so you know if it's coming around that way, but you pretty much always are gonna want one here or with your main army, so you know that that's coming. But now he's not gonna know which angle it's coming from, which with only 2 banshees, you know, you can't have infinite observers, so it's fine. We're seeing Chrono Boost come out. There we go. Good focus fire down. You know, definitely on these banshees, you want to focus fire them down, because every one you kill is kind of a major issue. And sorry, Zat, you're playing Terran. You're the fag. Sucks to be you. Sorry, bro. Actually, not so much anymore. Zerg is kind of evil at this moment in time, but whatever. Everything's evil if it's not Protoss to me. So don't mind my bantering and bitching. At least I can admit it, though. At least I can admit I'm a bias. That's pretty awesome. I didn't even know you could drop a mule there and have it repair your shit for you. That's kind of freaking awesome. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good play. So once again, we have the observers out. I'd like to, you know, another observer. You can't have too many. You can never have too many observers, especially when banshees are on the field. You know. So good micro right here to take this out. Definitely delaying that command center. He's gonna have to pull another SCV off. Just delayed that for an obscene amount of time just with 1 probe. Good job there. And that allowed him to see the major banshee composition of the Terran army. So up here we're still seeing. We saw a forge go down. Here, let me bring that crap up for you. And cannons thrown up. Usually, here I'm gonna pause for a second because I'm pretty sure something's about to go down. Usually in higher level play, I believe this is a gold league game, you'll only see 2 or 3 banshees being produced. You won't see mass banshees of this quantity usually. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm saying usually it wouldn't. So you usually won't want to throw this forge down in these 2 cannons, but obviously he saw the mass banshees down here, so then I would agree with throwing down these cannons. Like I said, usually if you only see 2 or 3, then it's kind of an overreaction, but for what this Terran player is doing, it's definitely a good idea just to throw down some cannons for some extra detection and extra damage. Just don't go overproducing them. I'd say 2 is fine. And here we go. Like to see Blink right now, because probably with Blink you could have picked off 1 or 2 more of those. But infinite resources, infinite minerals, we all know how it is. Got to pick and choose what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. So, and this is common to see for Terran players if they do mass banshees. You'll see the mass banshees, which causes you to do a heavy stalker composition. And after they see that you're reacting to these banshees and they think they've done enough damage or they've forced you into a build, then you'll start to see the other barracks coming down, which we've seen 2 more barracks, or this barracks being added on and this one. And tech labs on both of them. I'm 100% positive there's going to be a tech lab on this one as well, and we're going to see mass marauders, and we see siege tanks coming out. What counters stalkers? Marauder siege tanks. This is very similar to when in a PvZ match when the Protoss go Phoenix builds and cause the Zerg to do Hydras, in which the Protoss counters with Colossi. So it's kind of a little bit of payback for what we try to do to Zerg. It's kind of a little bit harder nowadays, but you know. So he's basically forcing the Protoss into a mass Stalker composition at this point in time, which Stalkers, I'm sure most people have come to realize, are not the strongest unit in the world, especially for their damage. I mean, for their cost. I hate to tell you guys this, but my personal opinion, Stalkers are a very weak unit. For their cost, I mean, they're a general unit. They're made to fight general battles. They don't really counter any unit in particular, which I think is kind of one of their major flaws. You know, they don't counter Marauders, they don't counter Roaches, they don't counter Siege Tanks, they don't counter Zerglings. You know, they really don't. They're meant to be kind of everything, but you know, you don't want one unit that is meant to do everything. You know, it just doesn't work like it's supposed to. So definitely like to see the push out coming down here after he kind of destroyed that whole Banshee push. I believe that's pretty much the end to the Banshee play that we're going to see for the most part. He definitely did fend that off very well. He definitely did the right thing, was adding the extra gateways and